is rap music?
Welcome back to the game room, another alleged gameplay video, and as per usual, here's my copy, Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2 on the Xbox One. So yeah, this video is about Shenmue 2. I've already talked about the first one. You have a manual in there of sorts, and I believe there was a poster in there. I think there was. So let's head on over. Yeah, let's have a talk about this one. So I'm not going to go into the whole significance, the relevance of Shenmue for me. It's an incredibly important game in my opinion. I find it over the years very much a kind of Marmite moment for many gamers. But I don't think you could deny the kind of the elements, the aspects, the open world, although it wasn't that open, the RPG elements, the interaction with the environment, the mini games, and the overall cinematic experience. It set the foundation for a lot of games that would follow this, and it was a real technical achievement on what was my my all-time favourite console, the fantastic Dreamcast. Yes, so sad about the demise of the Dreamcast, and yeah, but that's another story. I've got a few issues with this game. As I said, I don't want to discuss the impact of the game. I love the game to bits. I've played both games a variety amount of times. Played the first one possibly more. So, and then I played the second one on not only on the Dreamcast but also on the Xbox original, which, casting my mind back, was the only way you could experience English dialogue, because that was not available on the PAL release as far as I know. By then, I don't know what the story is. Maybe Sega were running out of money. I know for a fact it was the most surreal moment in my gaming history. You know, I went out and bought Shenmue 2. It would have been a top drawer title, brand new. I think it was from Virgin or HMV. But at the same time as buying that game, it had already been announced. It was kind of, you know, it was common knowledge that was it. Sega were out of the hardware business entirely, and it was a really quite a sad, poignant moment, really, at that time. But yes, enough of that. We're here to talk about the Xbox One version, and I've got some gripes with this one. The first thing is the audio. Now, the audio was a problem on the first game, and it's still a major problem on this. So you will get spot sound effects that constantly loop, and they won't stop throughout a level. Can't think of the name of the level now. It does it on when you're out in the high street where you've got the kind of shopping centre and the arcade. I want to say it's Golden Quarter. I might be wrong, but yeah. The audio is all over the place sometimes. Next is the achievement system. The achievement system has been implemented in a really lazy fashion. So what do I mean by that? Well, you simply don't want, sometimes, if you've got to go from A to B in order to get to C and progress through the game, it's a kind of cop-out to just attach achievements to that progressive system. But for example, I mean, I might have maybe I didn't do it properly, but there's where you have to take out the books out of the library, and if you can complete that in time, I would have expected like an achievement there. There's a variety of things you can do, but you know, you can acquire that skill and do that particular task or mini game, and the opportunity there for a unique achievement has not been realised, and it's really lazy implementation of the achievement system, and that really I find that quite annoying really. It's just they could have been a little bit more inventive in the way they dished them out. I imagine it's just the same for the PlayStation. And the final thing really relates to the S and the X regarding the Xbox family. No updates, no real use of the facilities. And I don't mean resolution.
How can I help you?
To be quite frank, I'm more than happy to play the game in standard resolution. I don't mean that, but they could have at least used, for example, the instant resume function. You know, it's not a technically taxing game. When you think about Flight Sim uses instant resume amazingly. I don't know how it does it, but it can manage it. You know, just things like that. You think, well, yeah, I think fans could have been looked after a lot better when it came to updates and slight corrections. I've not come across any game-breaking issues, but yeah. But no denying, you know, the game has been sandblasted. It looks amazing. It's a very nice way to experience the game yet again. And as for Shenmue 2, it's become kind of refreshing because I just got onto Chapter 2 the other night, which would have been the second disc in that box set when it was released. Kowloon, I believe. And yeah, some of it I just, you know, just can't remember some of it. So it's just nice and refreshing. And I have ordered Shenmue 3 for the PlayStation 5. Yeah, and I still don't have a PlayStation 5, but I'm going to be addressing that issue soon, as soon as possible. I know it's for the PS4, but apparently it's on the list, and the list is really good. The backwards compatibility of the PS5 is pretty solid. I mean, when I think about it, I've played so many. Well, there's not many, but variations of Shenmue. I remember playing it on. Do you remember the big push, the big scheme for Xbox Originals back in the day, in the early days of the Xbox 360? And again, Microsoft have to be commended, because even back then they were pushing backwards compatibility, and Shenmue 2 was one of those games on the Xbox Original. And I played that because at that time I never had an original. I played that on 360. Now that also seemed to have similar issues really to this. Certainly similar audio issues, but the way that was playing on the 360, it used to drop out. Certain stereo tracks used to drop out. It all might sound pedantic and nitpicking, but when you've that much love for a game like I do for these two games, that much attention to detail, it needs to be right in every way. But there you go. So yeah, I wanted to share that one with you. I'm gonna be finishing this soon, depends when I upload this video. Christmas is approaching, all that good stuff, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.
Ever try homosexuality?
Well, you know, you're a cricket man yourself, aren't you?